Did that fix the camera at least? Okay, there we go. Seems like it kicked back into... I might have crashed. All right, that fix that up. All right, got that working. All right, let's go ahead and commit that. Fix data fetching. Push. And we'll go ahead and refresh that. And this is going to merge into development. Great. Okay. Great. All right. Let me go find your code, Vafi. I don't know. I think there's a bug in... I got an OBS update yesterday, and then I got another one today, and I didn't run it before stream. So I think that there's probably a bug in the OBS release I'm using. That's my guess. All right. Let's see here. Go to X. I'm going to blur my screen for a second. All right. Let me get out of my DMs. All right. Close that, and then let's just jump over to a do a vnew, and we'll set the file type to be TypeScript, and paste that in. All right. So this is code written by Vafi that we're going to review. It's using effect. So it's a make request, and we go into a generator function. We have a base URL. Okay, we create new params. We go over options, which I don't have the all options type. Okay, for each key value. I think you can pass a object into new URL search params. Yeah, you can pass a record in here. Instead of doing this right here. Oh, it's a string or a number. I see. That's why you're doing that. Right, that just takes string. Yeah, okay. Okay, that looks good. Effect.try promise. We're going to do a fetch. We're going to yield that. Okay. Catch a fetch error. One thing I would recommend here, Vafi, is this fetch error. I would grab the cause here, and I would add something like, so this payload is like message and then cause, and then that will automatically append the stack trace and give you more context when things fail. switch on the response status. Effect new fetch error. I would make errors probably for each of the status codes, or you could do something like class HTTP error, status error, or even HTTP error, right? Extends data.tagged error, error, and then this would be, what is it, like this, the syntax? And here do something like status, and this would be like bad request, right? And then code would be like 400, and then message could be like blah blah blah. Try promise. Again, I like always passing through the cause. Overall, this is really good. I like this. I think the only thing I would do, the only place I see real room for some improvement is breaking out the fetch, making like a custom fetch client and using that as a tag. So you could be like const, like Spotify, or maybe that's what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. So like maybe I would make the Spotify config a tag. Or honestly, you could do something like const fetcher equals yield, or like fetch equals yield star fetcher, right? Something like this. And then in the fetcher, this is a service that basically returns a function that this is already prepared for, and you don't have to load from the environment variable every single time. You do it like that. I like setting up clients like that. Generally, the pattern I like to do is something like let's say we're doing Spotify, right? Like if I was going to do class Spotify client, right? We have this thing, we'd have a constructor, and this would have like, hold on here, we do this, we have like private read-only config equals, let's just say we have type config here, something like this, and then we have like API key, and this could be like a redacted string, right? And we could have like base URL on this, and this could be like a URL. And this would take config is a config, and then this dot config is config, and then that make request that you just had there, that would be like private fetch, and then that's the implementation of fetch, right? And then we could do like get song by ID, and in here the ID string, in here await this dot fetch. And obviously you're going to want to effectify this, right? Like this is just how I like to set up stuff like this. Hopefully this is how it looks in the actual, let's see here. Yeah, I would add the cause on here just to get better errors. And I would do, so that's the entity service. Services, entity service. Okay. We have some types. That looks nice. Good, good, good. So does this compose back up into a root service? Data.tag class implements identity get. I see what you're doing. Okay, I see what you're doing. You're effectively doing that there. Yeah, that's fine actually, because you are constraining it to one place, right? Because that's using the same. Where does make request come from? The entity service. Okay, that is the shared piece. The only thing I could recommend yet is kind of doing what I did, because right now you're bubbling up the config error through all of these, right? Like if you were to look at the return type of this effect, you're going to see that config error. You can pay the cost of that config error at layer creation time if you create a layer and a tag to provide this function. Like you can provide this function as a tag or a service in effect, whatever you want to call it. And then in the make function for the layer, that's when you can do this config part, and then you can push that error to startup time and not have it bubble up into application code. Otherwise, this looks pretty good. Yeah, this looks great, dude. Let me start this. Everyone should go start this, because working with Spotify is a pain in the ass. Now we can close that. Do I have I accidentally closed, open a new tab. How do I open this? Move that over here. All right, let's go ahead and fetch our documents now.
Hey, Jonathan, 1 second.
Did I crash again? I did crash again. Oh, okay, we're good. It just looks frozen on my screen. Look at this, chat. I can't even load. Is their cert expired? Did Twitch's cert expire? Is that a thing that just happened? I can't even get back to chat. I wonder if I'm having problems with... All right, private relay is off. There we go. So freaking weird. That's weird. All right, so we need to now be able to fetch our documents, which comes from Supabase. So we have this Supabase client, and let's see what this gets us. Client dot storage dot from ID get bucket. And how did I set up our storage? I hope I did this smart. I'm suspecting I did it smart, but I also don't know. Let's see here. Supabase. Performance metrics. So I think, let's see if I do this. We go under performance, get bucket, and that'd be performance metrics. Dot then, what does this give us? What is X? Data, x.data dot name owner. Okay, so we do this in the job processor in blob storage. From bucket ID. Handle process metric, blob storage, star input.path. Feels like we should be able to do something like, it's like list buckets. List all the files within the bucket. So we have one user, and then there are the files. Okay, I think that's what we want. So look, we can test this by doing performance metrics. I'm writing in Svelte 5 for the front end. But right now, this is just plain JavaScript. All right, how did I do this over here? This is effect. Path. Client storage. Let me download. I wonder what the bucket ID is. We can look in the database, because that probably gets passed as the actual job queue JSON payload. So we give that a, can I look at this? Show record view. Can I clean this as JSON? Who's Jason Palo? He's a spy. Palo, Jason Palo. All right, so that's how we get the path. So theoretically, we should be able to do this. If we can get this to work, this will probably be the last thing we do, and I'll probably wrap up because I have to get ready for a meeting. dot then console.log console.error. And we can run this file directly. So if we come down here and we do source lib, this will be Supabase. We can do bun run. Bucket not found. I wonder if that is the right, we should probably make sure we're looking at the right user bucket. 01, oh no, that is right. If we do that. All right, so we get that. It'd be nice if we could just go straight to that bucket though. All right, so that doesn't work either. I don't want to fetch every user's bucket. I want to get this view right here. Do we think that's getting server rendered? No, it's not getting server rendered. It's getting fetched in the client. It's not coming from there. Feels like it should be coming from there. Storage, object/list. Name, user. All right, let's clear this and we want to see this fetch. And it's fetching to, did it send like a header for the user? How did it pick up the right bucket? Payload, path. So that's the path. So how do I turn that into right there? There it is. You see a chat? I saw it. There it is. Boom. We'll get that to the chat on the stream is bugged out. Now that needs to be fixed out. Gotcha. All right. Well, we're going to raid somebody anyways, chat. I have a meeting to get to in 1 minute. So we're going to raid and run. Sorry for the stream quality this morning. I'll try to get that all fixed up for tomorrow, but I think part of it might be Twitch. We'll raid Prime.
Okay, nice. Okay, so it does look like you. It is just a draw to texture, and so you should be able to do a bunch of stuff. Thor is Thor. That's my legal name. I'm lucky Thor Pirate Software is 100x cooler than me. Thor is Thor. Wow, that's your legal name? What a cool legal name.
Functions describe the world.
All right, so I think this is a good place to be. We kind of understand where this is going. I kind of like this. Let's play around with this for a second. I just want to understand this. So let's go like this. Let's take our main function for a second, and let's just. Okay, I like that.
Describe the world.